So I've got another engine to resurrect. 1953 GE 80 tonner, long frame. There's another video of mine that talks about the differences between the long frame and the short frame, such as this has actual draft gear with coupler pockets, and the traction motors are parallel with the axle. I don't know if you'll be able to see in there, it's kind of dark. So unlike the other 80 tonners, which is a short frame 80 tonner, like this one over here, it can be pulled at track speed behind a mainline train. It's very dirty. I've been pressure washing it, but it's still pretty dirty. Takes a lot out of you. So these engines are generally 32 volts. So you'd have 4 8-volt batteries in here to give you 32 volts. And it would run at 36 volt charging. They're getting harder and harder to get 8-volt starting batteries. Most of the supply was for shrimp boats, believe it or not. They were generally 32 volts. So same kind of system. So I've got 3 12-volt truck batteries in there. I'm getting ready to hook it up. I'm going to put oil in one of the engines first and give it a shot, see what happens. Now this engine, this locomotive, unlike my other 80 tonners, has Cat 3406s in them. Still a semi-truck engine, an industrial stationary engine. I believe it drives the original main gen. Also, unlike my other 80 tonners, they built a box off to the side and put the air compressor in. So you can even see where the handrail used to bolt to the cab right there. Now the more modern 80 tonners, that was the way they were built. Short frame 80 tonners. Let's see if you can see it over there. It's so slow a zoom, but you see the box. It was built that way. This one was not originally built that way. However, this locomotive was rebuilt by chrome crankshaft sometime in the 90s, and the Navy quit using it in 1998. So as far as I know, it hasn't run in almost 30 years. They drained all the fuel, they drained all the lube oil, they drained all the coolant. So I've got to add all that stuff before we try to spin it over. And then it'll need a lot more bath. We're gonna probably repaint it yellow, back to the original Navy colors. It's gonna be the switcher here at the Rockton terminal, where we do all our railcar maintenance and repair, restoration, etc. Those cars over there are owned by the South Carolina Railroad Museum. So we'll take a tour in the cab in a minute once I get the oil in the engine and I'm about ready to turn it over. They do spin freely. I've barred them over, so I'm real hopeful they'll spin over, put the fuel filter on, and hopefully we have ignition. So I'm filling it with fuel from my little portable fuel station. I filled this engine up with oil. I just need to prime the filter, and I'll fill the rear engine with oil and prime that filter, prime the fuel filters, and should be ready to rock. So these engines, a lot like Cummins 855s and the other 80 tonners take about 11 gallons of oil. Huge oil pan. So instead of bringing one gallon jug out at a time, I got 5-gallon jerry cans that were brand new, so they never had any diesel in them, and filled them out of my drum of 1540. So that'll save a bit of time. I've already primed the oil filters on both locomotives, or sorry, both engines on this locomotive. Check the generators. There was a rat's nest in the other generator, and that's kind of common when these things sit around. Well, I'm not sure if it was a rat's nest. Most of the time when it's mice or rats, they'll pee or poop right outside of where the nest is, and the copper in the generator will look like it'll be corroded and it'll just be awful. And this one's not that way, so I'm actually wondering if it's some other kind of animal, or a bird maybe even. Although it's a little odd for a bird to go up underneath the panels for the generator. It's kind of out of the way. Most birds don't do that, but I don't know. It's clean now, and generator looks good, so it should be. I spilled something. Should be okay. Bringing these things back to life. It's a lot of fun, but it can be a real pain in the butt too. Biggest thing with old diesels is if the rings are stuck, or especially old Detroits, the fuel rack will become stuck and they can actually run away on you. I don't think that, well, I mean, I guess every diesel could run away on you. I don't think that these are prone to that. I hope not anyway. I guess we'll find out when we spin her over. But yeah, so let me see what the oil level is. And of course the dipsticks on the other side here. And the other engine has a nice long dipstick you can reach without bending over. This one's down low. This one must have been replaced. If you look, somebody ground the high and low, just ground off the metal to make shiny spots. It's well in the high, or full, so I suppose we're good. I think the only thing I haven't done is check the air compressor oil, and there's no coolant in them. So I'll have to get a drum out here and pump coolant in them, but I can see if they'll run without it. Well, I mean, I know they'll run without coolant, and they should be able to run for a little bit, but not very long. So I'll check the air compressors, and then I think we're ready to hook up the batteries, and then I think we're ready to roll it over. One other interesting thing about this locomotive is it has a air throttle. So you have a little air cylinder, and as you throttle it up, it'll move it. I fully expect there to be issues with that. The controller box is in there. I don't really care for air throttles. It's good as in people can't just rev an engine up full throttle while they're trying to warm it up. You know, you gotta wait for the oil pressure and everything and the air to build up. And as you can see, it has fuel pressure, ammeter, water temp, and oil pressure gauges out here. Now inside the cab, we have your typical, what they call an AAR control stand, which is Association of American Railroading. And it was just a stand that they standardized. Ha ha ha. You got your reverser, throttle, train brake, or the automatic brake, and your independent brake, which is engine only. Now this one, they've added this extra box on top with remote oil pressure, temperature, RPM. Now that's load meters for your engines, which is nice. That's interesting. They have a battery voltmeter over there. So I do like this engine has an airflow. That's handy. The speedometer is here. However, the drive for the speedometer is, I don't know where it's at. It's not on the wheels, so I'll have to try to find one that either works with this one, based on the, it's based on pulses. Or I'll just have to change out the speedometer. This also has EMD cab lights put in it, which is pretty neat. It's the first 80 tonner I've seen with them. It also has wipers on all 4 windows, which even my Air Force engines over there did not have. Now you have these nice start stop switches for your engines, some fuses over there, panels on the floor. There's your knife switch. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, that's interesting. It has an actual breaker. I kind of like that. And the floor's catching, but I've checked all the wiring and it's pretty decent. This stuff is all fan, what's left over from the fan, and then this actually had an event recorder in it, which is super weird, but that's the Navy. They always did weird stuff. So yeah, there's the part number for that speedometer. I might be able to find a drive to run off that. So, and we'll redo the windows since the seals are all dried out and coming loose and everything. So, alright, well, let me hook the batteries up, and I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, so through the battery switch, got lights, no control, and usually there's a control circuit, and realize the breaker's missing. Look in the back and the 3 wires are just hanging there. There's also a breaker missing for engine room lights. However, there aren't any engine room lights, so not really sure about that. And the marker light switch is missing too, which is a shame because it does have marker lights. So I just kind of twisted the 3 control breaker wires together. Now I have the, okay, so there's the wires. There's the wires for the marker lights right here. Somebody just cut them, so they must have stole the switch. Sigh. So I'll need to make sure that's not touching so it doesn't ground out. There's the other breaker for the engine room lights is missing, even though it has wiring for engine room lights, but there's no lights in there. So alright, well, let's give her a shot. So that's headlight. Engine 1. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it even spins over. Oh my gosh, it's spinning over. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Any smoke? Come on, come on, you know you want to. Come on, you know you want to. Oh my goodness. Oh, you sexy beast. Let's see if it's got any oil pressure. Oh, you sexy, sexy baby. Almost 30 years. Not running. Fired right up. I love it. That's an old diesel for you. No electronic crap. I mean, it does have the air throttle, but let's see what happens. Whoa, whoa. Woo! Yes. Oh, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Now we'll have to polish up the generator. Definitely built there. I don't want to run it too long without putting antifreeze in it. Because right now there's nothing in it. It's supposed to freeze tonight, so I didn't even put water in it. Oh yes. Oh, that's hot. Alright, so the engine oil in here doesn't work. But the one out there does. And it is charging. And it is building air slowly. Shall we try the number 2? I probably ought to kill the number 1 just in case. I don't want it to run too long. Oh, that's hot. That's so hot. Okay, number 2. I can't hold the thing. There's definitely an air leak somewhere. I hear it down there. I'll have to find that. Oh, shall we try number 2? I can't hold the thing. Here we go. Oh, come on, sweetheart. Come on, sweetheart. Your sister did it. Come on, baby. You know you want to. You know you wanna. Come on. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, man, I love it. Love it. Dang, I love it. Sweet. Oil pressure pretty dang good. Let's see if she'll rev up a little bit. She's running a little less smoky. Of course, it could be because we're facing into the blue. So I saw smoke over here. See the smoke? I don't know what that's from. I don't know if that was a belt slipping or a bearing, but smoke was rolling off the compressor, so better safe than sorry. I'll check it out. I don't think they drain the oil out of the compressors. I did take the plug loose and there seemed to be oil in there. It could be the exhaust pipe is shooting exhaust in. Maybe this gasket's leaking or something. I'll double verify everything, but so far I am super happy. Super happy. So, get some coolant in her and we'll see if she'll load up and move. And I ordered those breakers. They'll be in tomorrow. So, excellente. As the sun sets. Sweet. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, I guess I'll wait to post this until we actually run it. Move it, so. But man, I am super happy. So we found the problem, or I found the problem. Well, one thing, this contactor's broke. So after it starts, clip it together, make contact. I'm not even sure what that circuit's for. It'll load and reverse with that open, but I'll need to fix it. So what you have down here, you have your reversing contactors. So you can see how the polarity crosses on the top. So to go in one direction, the contactor pulls in one way and runs the electricity in a certain path. And then to go the other direction, it flops. Well, makes contact the other way and switches the polarity, which there in turn changes the direction of the DC traction motors. That's how you get reverse in a diesel electric locomotive. Now, I've got that one hanging loose, but there's this, I can't get both hands in here. It's a micro push switch. It's got one set normally on, NC, which is normally closed, and NO, which is normally open. So when the little tab that's on the side here, when the contactor pulls in, it pushes that. Right, so that's bolted right here. Well, this one, which is your number 2 reverse, and this one, which is your forward, and this one's your reverse for number 1 and reverse for, or forward for number 1. So what's happening is these two, since they have those micro switches, are working. These two are not, and that's why I'm getting all kinds of weird. It'll only go in reverse, and then when I was running one of the engines alone, it would actually go forward while it was in reverse. So I'm going to put that switch back where it belongs, and then I'm going to, you can see where they removed them. See where they cut the wires? So only 2 of those wires are important. So I'm just going to wire them together. What it's supposed to do is when it closes, you get full volt, you get full current, full everything to pull the relay in. And once it's pulled in, you don't have to have that much power to maintain it in. So what this does is it cuts out a direct connection, but there's still a resistor back in here. So it lets just enough power through to maintain the coil and maintain it in. So I'm just going to bypass it on the other 2 so that they'll pull in. They'll just get full current the whole time. They should be able to handle it just fine. If not, I guess we'll find out and I'll let some magic smoke out. But I have a feeling it's going to be fine. So let me get to that and we'll get back to you. Okay, so very temporarily twisted those 2 wires together. And those 2 wires there, that should be the positive for the coil. While I was down here, I happened to find the contact piece that goes in here. I don't know if I can put that back or not. So let me fire it up and see if the contactors work. say the mission is successful. It goes forward and reverse now, loads up. There's some dead spots in the air throttle, but that's probably because it has loose wiring. So we'll keep working on it. And yeah, the new Adam Rail Rockton Yard switcher, Rockton Terminal switcher. We'll probably paint it back navy yellow and keep its heritage. We'll see how it goes, but got a lot of work for her. So we'll see you later.